Hey there and welcome back. So today we're going to show you a bit of what we've been doing with the layout and a little bit of an update, because I know there's a couple of comments on the last time what I did this, and yeah, we've kind of changed quite a little bit to do with it, so you're going to see it in a very short minute. I just show and explain, you know, what we've done, why I've decided to make the changes, and to be honest, how much more I'm liking with what we've done. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? So let's come and have a look what we've been doing. Right, so as you can see, for starters, there is a huge gap in the middle. Now, if you remember, just here, obviously this wasn't painted. I had a big building here, but it's not that they've gone missing. We do have all of the houses. Oh, well, that's the back. We do have all the houses. But what I'm going to do with this is do I have some with me? No. Right. Basically, I have got some card. So the houses, the buildings, they are going to sit on the card as kind of like a separate standalone bit. So they're going to have the front, the garden, if you will, at the back and what have you. The idea behind this is because I want it to be movable. Now, I know obviously this bit here I've done kind of set in the one place with the way I've done it, although this bit here can all be moved if I do choose to do so, but I do doubt it because I do really like this bit. But I've done it in that way, so if I ever want to change anything with this area, it may be something simple like rotate the houses around, take a couple out, take them out completely and put something else there. Then I have got the means to do so, and it's not because I may not like them. I mean, I won't get rid of the houses. It's took me ages to, you know, find and collect these for sort of thing, because the prices what I've got them at have been so fortunate to get. But yeah, it's just a case of, you know, I can just change it a little bit if I want to. And being on the piece of plastic, it'll give you that slight bit of like an illusion that it's actually elevated off the floor. So kind of like with the pavement, as you can see down here, you know, you can see you've got that little split between the road and like where the pavement kind of starts. So it's going to have a similar kind of effect over here. Well, that's what I'm hoping for anyway, but we shall see how it looks. Now, the next thing, what you can see, or you will have seen in the background, is this. I mean, we have painted the back, but as you can see, and yes, that some of remains what, you know, it does need cleaning up. But yeah, just for now, before I get the hoover on it, what have you, I'm just kind of leaving things, because as I'm moving stuff around, bits of stuff's going to go everywhere, so I'll give it a proper clean in a bit. Anyway, there's our camera knock. The canopies have gone. Now, two things behind that. First thing, as you saw underneath the canopies, I did put some lighting, or just having a bit of a look, and to be perfectly honest, I wasn't fully happy with it. And I found that area, especially if I want to do, you know, recording and trains running around and stuff, I found it really dark as well. But by taking the canopies out, you can see how much brighter this whole bit looks. And to be honest, I think it actually looks bigger as well. And yeah, I'm really liking that. Plus, I was toying with the idea of putting some lights on the station, some lighting on the station, and with those canopies not being there, it will give me more freedom to do that without knocking the canopies and this, that and the other. And to be fair, they're good when they're on, when they're still. If you glue them in place or something, great, but they can come apart a bit. And to be fair, the little gaps, here we go, the little gaps that you've got here in the platform sections, when they go in, they are kind of a nightmare to get out. Don't get me wrong, they're made to go in and stay in, but also these bits here, in my opinion, these are perfect, absolutely perfect to run your lights through. You can hide everything underneath, and when I do that, I'm going to do a little video on it too. So hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. And yeah, that'll be a cracking little bit just to show how that I'm going to do them. So yeah, so that's our other very, very big bit that we've changed. Now if we go to the side, check out this little bit. I think this is a cracking little part. Now, I don't know if people get magazines, or maybe if you have, how good your memory is of them or what have you. But that came, if I remember rightly, I think that came from the Hornby magazine. It was in 00 gauge and it was in N gauge. So obviously I've cut the 00 gauge out. I've stuck it to the back wall. If I just zoom in a bit further. Right, okay, I had to cut that because the camera was just playing around a little bit too much. But as you can see here, we have got all the fencing at the back. It's a nice little breakaway, and also the idea behind this is that with how big the bushes are and then the fencing, although yes, the fencing is stuck right on top of it. Sorry for the finger, I didn't realise how much it zoomed in. But with the fence being right along the front of it, the idea is that, you know, you're looking, that's kind of the fence right at the back, the building's in the background. And you know what, I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. So it just goes to show that some of the stuff that you get from magazines, or should I say the stuff that you get from magazines, is always brilliant to keep hold of, because that comes from a magazine. That one, I think that came from, was it Railway Modeller, I think? That's where that building came from. It's a little free card kit, and that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, some bits you get are brilliant. Now if we move round, that was kind of like in the way down here, so I've just popped it there for now. Have a look at this. So where we had before just a bit of the grass, we had the people, the guys now taking a nap. We've got a lot of bushes, trees, and I think this is giving it a really cracking effect. Now don't get me wrong, yes, in health and safety there is going to be a fence put in here, but I've just not done that quite yet. Do we have the fencing with me? Again, no, I do not have the fencing, but I am planning, in fact I can show you here. This is the Pico fencing, so I am going to use this, and then this is going to go all the way around here and fence this bit off. And yeah, especially if you get down, if you look kind of from this angle like that, that looks absolutely brilliant. I'm so made up how that's turned out. Now the last little bit, we've got a garage in the middle of the road. Okay, moving on. Right. No, that's not staying there. It's not some time machine or anything. That was just out of the way as I was clambering over to get to this bit. And that's the other thing as well with doing this on the plastic, because obviously I can lean over, pop them into place. So you know, it's just when you have a layout like this, and there's not the most amount of headroom sometimes, you know, little things like that can just make it a little bit easier. So that's the plan behind that anyway. Now if you remember, just down here where our station is and our bridge is, it was a bit plain. I liked it, but I wasn't fully happy with it. So if you notice that that big building is missing from there, well, that building now is our station house, or station master's house, station building, something along the lines of that. So that's what we've made this into. And you know what, I really like this little bit here. It was a bit too small for a wagon, even though I did have a wagon there, and I did think it looked kind of cool. But yeah, I'm far happy with this. You've got your little access road, you know, that would be gated off. This is, sorry, this is all private. I'm just standing the bike up that I knocked over. Well yeah, this is all, you know, like a private road for, say, like the workmen and things like that. As you can see, we've got a couple there having a brew. He's either knocking on the window or he's cleaning them. And then we've kept a couple of the blossom trees around, but we've now added some more like little conifer shrubs. And again, just the way you can, just as a perspective, if I can change it, if it will change and not be a little bit of a pain. It's not going to, is it? There we go. So yeah, if you look at it kind of from that sort of angle, you know, you do get a really, really nice bit of a different way to look at this. And yeah, that just looks really, really lovely. Keeping a signal box here because I do like the way that is. It's looking out over everything. And then the last thing, it isn't fully finished yet, but we have put one of the canopies there. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to cut the little pins off it, and that is going to stay like that. Now I know it doesn't necessarily look 100% like correct or orthodox, if you will, but I just kind of like the little bit of cover that you do get from this. I mean, this is meant to be a bit of like a siding area, but you could also imagine it as a, you know, it's like the platform would carry on. This is just the end little bit and then moving forward. So, you know, use your imagination. There's a few different ways that you can use this. So again, you know, absolutely fantastic. And the last few bits now, oh dear, I think some people had a little too much, and the black tax failed a little bit, but as you can see, we've got a load of figures up there now. Oh, we've got, why do people keep falling over? There's two more people down there who are on the bottoms. We've got a little kid looking out. We've got a few extra people dotted around, and I was really fortunate, and when I was at my shop, someone brought in some extra little like bits and pieces, and there was a couple of boxes with people in. So, you know, I got them for a little bit cheaper because they were second hand, and you know, a great couple of added extras. So yeah, I am gonna have to go and stand all these people up. Look at that guy there, he's still reading the newspaper on his back. I mean, come on, stop being lazy. We're in winter, for, you know, for God's sake. Use your brain. The floor's going to be cold. So yes, we've just got a few little bits, and we've got some extra little bits that I'm not fully decided on there, but we're going to pop on. As you can see here, we've got some, come on camera, here we go, got some like little crates, supposed to be little bottles in, so they're going to go somewhere. In fact, they probably look good outside of the pub. But yeah, so as you can see, we've made quite a few changes. I'm really happy with the changes that we've made. Like I said, it looks a lot brighter. It actually kind of looks a bit bigger as well. Yes, a lot brighter, a lot less dark. Again, changing that canopy and made up with that. What I could also do if I wanted is to get a few or a couple of these and put them up, you know, like say along one side or the other. And yeah, I'm really chuffed to bits with how this has turned out, or how it's turning out. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this bit of an update, a bit of a kind of, you know, how we're getting on moving forward. And again, yeah, so absolutely fantastic, and I'm loving how, I know I've just said it, I'm loving even more how this layout's turning out. I'm a nightmare for making decisions, I always have been, but the little changes sometimes just make you go, ooh, I really like that. And to be fair, that's what's happened with this, and it's given it a great bit of depth. And yeah, absolutely loving how this looks now. So anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this bit of an update. I am going to, I know it's recently kind of been more of like a let me show you what I've done sort of thing. But I'm hoping that quite soon, you know, I can do, or say when I've done one set of the houses, I'll film doing the other set of how I've done it. I don't tend to film a lot of that stuff because I know there are some absolutely fantastic channels out there who show some amazing ones, and I will give a mention to Shedmouth Junction because he's done a incredible set of stonework across the back. And you know, as much as yes, I create stuff in my own way, you know, people who create stuff that look as amazing as that, it's just like, you know, wow. Mine doesn't, in my opinion, I don't think, I like how it looks, but mine's nowhere near as, say, professional looking as that is. But anyway, that's up to you to decide. So hopefully moving forward we'll get a future, maybe a couple of little, you know, tutorial bits on how, or you know, even if you want to see a video of me actually doing something, say like if you want to see me putting this all together or something, you know, just let me know and I'll show, you know, some more stuff like that. But yeah, well, thank you so much for watching as always, and I think that's about it for this week. So thumbs up, like and subscribe if you would, that'd be absolutely amazing. It's free to do so. It helps us continue to grow, to move forward. It's always so wonderful every time I see new people subscribing. It's like a little woo sort of thing. So thank you so very much, and as always, we shall see you in the next video.